Yo, does the music industry benefit from signing artists who come from unstable environments? When somebody come into the business already operating in survival mode, you can give them millions of dollars without ever giving them the tools to actually handle what comes with those millions. Does the industry want to fix that? Or do the chaos sometimes make the artist more profitable? Because conflict generates attention, beef generates streams, arrests generate headlines. Emotional records can become huge records also. Controversy keeps an artist culturally relevant. And I believe the music industry is excellent at discovering talent. I'm not convinced it equally invested in developing the person behind the talent. Now, what happens when the industry discovers that an artist's trauma, anger, and unpredictability are also part of what makes the artist profitable? Like, I'm not saying somebody sat in their office and said, find me a traumatized kid we can control. I'm saying the music industry has historically been very good at monetizing people before those people had an opportunity to deal with what they've been through. Hey, but before we go any further, my name is Classic from Classic Live. I'm a music producer / content creator. I work with 50 Cent, will.i.am, Kendrick Lamar, Kid Ink, so many people, bro. But I got the homie OG Corn Dog with me in the building, and I need y'all to do two things for me. Make sure that y'all hit that like and subscribe, whatever platform that y'all watching. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all get us in the algorithm so y'all can be abreast and in tune whenever we go live. We go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, today's video, NBA YoungBoy feeling like people close to him, including his own mother and DJ Akademiks, are misrepresenting him and lying on him in public. Now, YoungBoy goes off on his mother, accusing her of deflecting and not taking accountability for the reason why he's traumatized to this day. And he goes at Akademiks getting pulled into it after YoungBoy challenging things Akademiks said or reported about him. So the bigger thing is trust. YoungBoy seems frustrated that people around him speak publicly about his life while he feels his side isn't really being represented accurately. Now, what happens when an artist becomes so valuable that everybody around him, family, media, management, labels, friends, have a different version of what's happening? Now, Corny, I don't know if you've seen his video of him going off on his mom and everything, but what's your thoughts about like how the industry deal with people and this particular NBA YoungBoy situation? Because looking at this whole situation, it kind of made me kind of think about him a little bit differently. We know that he's very emotional in his music, and it's not necessarily him. It could be his upbringing.
Yeah, probably most likely. Yeah, that got a lot to do with like, that's how he expressed himself, like um through his music, through emotion. You know what I'm saying? To probably why he has so many fans that's like that. You know what I'm saying? They call it the emo music, and emo music is pretty real. You know what I'm saying? They don't lie; they tell the truth. Uh, Me, I've never been a fan of his music. I don't even think I heard one song.
One?
Not gonna.
Not
I'm not.
one?
I don't think I heard one song. I probably heard a song and didn't know it was him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but the whole thing about it is that I'm not a fan because that's for the young generation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll test it out. See what it do, and if there's something on there I like, yeah, I'll push a like. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know what's going on with him and his mom and all that, and how he came at her. Uh, the industry, uh, the industry is different now, completely different, especially when it comes to finding artists now. The way they find artists now is completely different, and Young Boy fits the blueprint of how they find artists today. You know what I mean? The following, if they popping, you know what I'm saying? Everything with it that comes with it. They see a package now. Now they don't have to work so hard. All they have to do is put their marketers out there to go find. You know what I mean? Um, from what I hear, yeah, his music is emotional. Um, I heard, I think I ran across a video or something like that, a short, to where like, you know how he talk, you know, my music so emotional because the doctor told me that half of my heart is swollen. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, but that's what the whole reason why your music is like that is because of that. Is that the particular reason? You know what I mean? But the man truly had a upbringing that was, you know, rough. You know what I mean? I remember when he first appeared on the scene, and I'm like NBA YoungBoy, and this is like years ago, and I'm like, the hell, what does NBA got to do with anything that's going on in rap right now? You know what I'm saying? That's how I took it. You know what I'm saying? But then I see his look, skinny, looking. I ain't gonna even say what I just thought of. But then I see the
Please
split in
don't.
his. I see the split in his head, and then I'm like, oh, maybe that got to do with a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Somebody done knocked some sense in his ass. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Hey, or if it wasn't that, it just bounced him home to a whole different algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Like, bing, oh, something like that. I don't know what happened to the man. Somebody tell me and let me know. Um, but yeah, I don't know what's going on. How, and I hope he didn't come at his mom on some disrespectful type of way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because you only got one. You know what I'm saying? And you better
Low
hold
key,
that
he
to your
kind
dearest.
from the clip that I seen, he kind of went in. And for you
Mm.
to say that, it make me question. I hear what you're saying, but what if your parent is the reason why you're in the situation that you in? The reason why you think that way.
I mean, the situation that he's in a great position right now. So if that has anything to do with it, salute to you. You feel me?
Now,
But
when
if
you
you
say
on
he's in a
if
great situation, like he got 10 kids by 8 baby mamas, he been in and out of jail. Uh, his music is basically talking about murdering people and his pain that he suffered in his life. So the reason why he's rich is because he's expressing. So basically, you saying just because he got ass whoopings 24/7 and got beat the fuck up and shit like that, and he singed about it, that's the reason why he's successful. So let's say the neglect that he been
no,
through.
no, I'm definitely not saying that. But that's what happened to him.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, if by him being in the position that he's in now, when it comes financially stable, you know what I'm saying? And if you still gonna be dumb about the whole thing, instead of thinking about the future, or possibly this can't, it might not last long. This might not be everything for me right here. Uh, I might lose my fans and die out. You have to think like that. You have to have people around you to have you think like that, because that's when you need to be investing instead of playing or just balling your money away. You know what I'm saying? as fast as it comes. You know, a lot of rappers out there play that narcissistic game of the money. Money all on their shoulders and stuff like that. Go to the strip club, just throwing out hundreds and stuff like that, like they don't care. Okay, that shit add up later when you ain't got nothing. Don't be a dummy. But this is a hard guy to to say don't be a dummy because I don't think this guy listens to any damn thing. And he's kind of there's nobody in his ear because if it was, he's not going to listen to him anyway. You know what I'm saying? I think he think that this is it for him. This is all I got. Let me go with it and try to be Michael Jackson with it. You know what I mean? My point of, like I was saying, like, yeah, this is not. I don't blame his past for his success. I can't say that because you got to have the artistry first in order for that to take off like that. You know what I'm saying? He has some type of talent in there. He has that. He has that. But his decisions that he make in life, you know, he's still a young man. And I don't know, when I think about the decisions he made in the past, getting somebody to play like they the doctor or you're the doctor to get the prescription, you know, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think about that. And those are not smart decisions. And that can show you what type of person he really is. You know what I'm saying? Just to get that fix. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
It's a couple. Keep going.
I'm just saying, like on that, he was so hard on that point of getting that fix and pretending that he was the doctor, going to jail for it. That's sacrificial on his own part because you got to know what the repercussions are if you get caught. He got caught. He did that. You know what I'm saying? He went in. And I'm sure that man is up to his old tricks when it came to that. This time, he doing it to where it just comes to him now. I don't think that man is clean. I can say that when it comes to that. I'm sure he messing with all the stuff that he was messing with when he was up in that Utah house arrest. Right now. And those can make you, that type of lifestyle can make you make ill decisions and choices in life.
Hey, fix your mic before like we go any further. I haven't heard anything, but just before,
right.
I don't think we did a mic check earlier. Now, it's a couple of things that I want to bring up. Now, there's three things. One, he's 26 years old. Two, he has 13 kids. And three, the third thing, you said that you can't blame his upbringing for his success today. Like, I'm kind of confused on that because if he didn't grow up the way that he grew up, he wouldn't have the stories to tell that he's telling today that a lot of these people are relating to. So I believe his upbringing, no matter how good or how bad it was, definitely is one of the reasons why he's successful. Now, if you want to say that, you know what I'm saying, like, let's just say, quote unquote, his mom was a bad mom, neglectful, and you're making songs about how you was neglected that's going platinum and all these millions of streams and shit like that, just because she was a bad person, quote unquote, you know what I'm saying, she shouldn't be absolved from any type of accountability, because in the interview, he was saying that one thing that's pissing him off is that his mom don't take accountability for the things that she didn't do correctly. And we see that in the community so much that, you know, certain people do things that's wrong and they don't be held accountable for it. And this is just going to be shown on a bigger level. Now, from me and what I see from the industry, I question, do the industry look for people that's like this so they can manipulate them in these contracts? Like another aspect I want to bring up is these key person insurances that record labels put on their artists. They put insurance policies on them. Like you got all these drill rappers and they sign all these drill rappers to where everybody feel like they have to talk about ops. And then you got these record labels putting insurance plans on them so they don't lose money and they're going to recoup if they pass away. We all know that people like Michael Jackson, Prince, Tupac, Notorious Big, they said Notorious Big last year made $35 million. How the hell you still making $35 million and you passed away 15, 18 years ago? So the question isn't necessarily talking about the dysfunction that's going on with NBA YoungBoy, but it's the fact that, do these record labels look for certain people that's like that come from these impoverished situations to where they know that they're not financially literate and they can take advantage of them? Because at the end of the day, NBA YoungBoy, no matter what drama that's going on in his life, and the more that he's making these headlines, the record labels that signing these people, they're going to be the ones that's benefiting from everything. So it kind of seemed like these certain labels are incentivized to kind of get people a certain caliber to where they can take advantage and shit.
Okay, to the point you were saying about his upbringing and blaming the mom and his success. Okay, I probably could be a little wrong on that part right there, but my point of that is that, let's just say you have another person who went through the same type of trauma that he did, but couldn't articulate himself throughout a song of songwriting. That takes a talent. You know what I'm saying? Now, without that talent, he's nothing, because you can't articulate what you've been through without the talent. Because you might have went through that. Yeah, most people who write songs write about their self experiences. He has his self experiences, but in some kind of way that I find this guy not too educated, he finds his way to articulate himself through the song to where it comes out to be a whole song, a whole project. You know what I mean? So you can't just blame it on just his background, because talent comes somewhere in there. Because if he didn't have that, the industry wouldn't fuck with him, is my point of that. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to the industry sorting out and looking for certain individuals like that, I can understand that, because they're coming straight from manipulation. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, we got another sucker. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And all he wants is the money. We're gonna tell him this, and he's gonna do this, and he's gonna agree with it. You know what I'm saying? Those stipulations are gonna get longer as you stay in the contract with these guys, because they're gonna be coming up with new ideas for you. And in some of those ideas, you're gonna be like, I'm cool. And be like, nope, we got you right here. You signed right here, buddy. You gotta handle this. You gotta go out there and do it. You know what I mean? I get that. You know what I'm saying? They looking for the dummies. You know what I'm saying? The music industry is cold. Very cold, man. Freezer cold. No one's out there playing as if they're really the nice guy, because they perform that in front of your face as if they was such, and then you find out later that they was the opposite. You know what I mean? And when they suck you into that contract without you even taking a notice or time of days to have a lawyer look over the contract, then you deserve that. That's how I see it. Don't be no goddamn dummy.
You saying people deserve to get effed
Tricked
over?
out the bag. Yeah, if they give you this and you just okay and don't read nothing and then sign it, you deserve that. If you don't take a day or two to let your lawyer run by on that and let him and give you the facts of what you shouldn't do, or take out this type of stipulation or this clause, then yeah, you deserve to get ran up in.
And NBA YoungBoy been popping for like 8 years or whatever. So
okay,
when he signed that contract, he was like what 17, 18.
But was he able to read at that time?
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
He write his lyrics.
You just said it earlier. And
right.
I don't think he's the sharpest knife in the drawer.
Right. But I'm just saying he was able to read at that time, right? He wrote his lyrics. Why he didn't take the time to sit there, lazy ass nigga?
Well, writing lyrics, and one thing I do agree with what you were saying previously. Yes, you have to have some type of emotion. You have to be in tune with your emotions to know how to describe how you feel and what you went through, and actually transfer that into a song. That definitely takes skill to do. One,
right.
You have to be aware of what you've been through, and then two, you have to have the art of storytelling to put that in a song format. So I give you that. But we were just now talking about how the industry they pounce on people like that. They look for people that don't have the right representation. He probably brought his mom to the record label, you know what I'm saying, to sign the contracts to where well, y'all better do right by my son. You know, just the whole typical ghetto mom to where it's like, oh yeah,
that's what I'm
do
saying.
Right by him.
That's what I'm saying, bro. The representation of that, if that was the case, was bad. You never come there by yourself, especially when you're dealing with some type of record deal. You got to have a lawyer retained, or just your personal lawyer only, to look over that. You know what I'm saying? Because moms can't do it. There's too many big ass words in there for her to even understand what the fuck is going on. And he probably was like, I ain't never seen this word either. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have a lawyer retained in those type of situations. Keep it professional, people. Don't go out there and half step. You know what I'm saying? As a Big Daddy Kane used to say. That's not allowed in the music industry. Now, if he would have came in there strong with a lawyer, they'd have looked at him different. They're probably still wanting to offer. And the lawyer probably would have said, nope, get this out of here, get this out of here, get this out of here. And those guys were like, no problem. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you, but knowing how they deal in the industry, they're going to try to find a way to get you by yourself, or like hey, matter of fact, let me read a couple of these comments. We got Jail in the house, we got Brian in the house, we got Monkey Bot in the house, we got
what up?
Also. Now Jail said YB don't F with his mom. He probably brought his big homie. He also said, hell nah, he didn't read Ish. That's why he didn't resign. He realized over time he got effed over. He even made a song about it called The Story of OJ. Now, wait, we talking about Jay-Z or NBA? But all right, Brian said a butter knife can be sharp to a degree. Doesn't mean you can't cut a steak with it. Facts.
That's right.
Brian, chill the fuck out.
That's right, though. He true as a motherfucker on that one.
Ain't nobody cut. Well, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hella harder to cut that steak with a butter knife.
You got to know how to cut a nigga. Nah, bro. Trust me, I get it done with a butter knife, nigga. I know how to do it.
But you ain't gonna get it done in under 10 seconds, though, gang.
Oh no.
All right. Hey, Monkey Bot said, "Mom for my marathon for sure." Brian said, "Articulation is just education to know how communication can tell a story that makes money," and that kind of goes to what we was talking about. Yeah, but you got to have a talent to know how to articulate yourself in a matter to where, just thinking about it, for the people that's not artists, how hard would it be to you explain your upbringing in your life into a song to where it's catchy, to where everybody will like it and relate to it? Like it's easier said than done. Like, and it definitely, like I agree with Corny, you definitely have to have a talent to tell a story. The same way somebody know how to tell jokes, somebody else can say the same joke, but it don't hit as hard because they don't know how to set it up. They don't know how to deliver it. You know what I'm saying, to where it fall flat. So everybody can't do it. Jill also said, yeah, they do. That's why YB didn't re-sign to Atlantic. I guess he was talking about, like, referring to like the manipulation of the artist. Brian also said, instead of paying a therapist to deal with his trauma, he's getting paid to talk about his trauma. Capitalism at its finest. He also said the NBA has gone more unbanned since Dr. J and MJ days. Wait, what the hell you mean, Brian? Oh, wait, you say emo music. My bad. Oh, I'm into emo chicks. What, Brian? What are you, bro? Chill. Brian, chill. Oh, you talking about YB? For sure. Now, Brian said the butter knife is a metaphor for what life is giving you. Some are born with silver spoons, some born with butter knives. Hey, I can agree with that for sure. That's a dope analogy of how you put that together. And damn, that kind of made me think about the trauma and shit like that. Matter of fact, hey, we've been talking for a while. Let's let's get to this video real quick. We got Look It's Jay. He did a video reacting to all this debacle that's going on between YB and his mom. And let's get to it. It says NBA YoungBoy crashes out on his mom and Akademiks after calling him a we don't know, but let's check it out.
Don't hold y'all, bro. If this ain't a better or a prime example of trauma and anger being held on for so long and finally exploding, then I don't know what is. Now, I hate this situation because little do y'all know the average family or a lot of families go through the same thing. But the only thing about it is they ain't got all the cameras on them and they ain't got a big famous rapper. I do feel as though, man, a conversation need to be had and some accountability need to be held.
Is that Chris?
Okay. We're going smooth with
it. Good, YouTube. Y'all already know who it is, bro. It's Look It's Jay here, y'all. Back with another video, man. And today, y'all, we got a very crazy and a wild video to talk about. Now, this video is a little interesting than usual. It seems like in today's classroom, y'all, we got NBA YoungBoy and his mom on the roster. Yes, y'all, we got NBA YoungBoy and Sharonda on the roster. And it seems like YB went off on his mom, called out her name, and exposed her after she responded to some things that he said on a recent interview with Funny Marco. And it got social media going crazy. Now, we're going to talk about it and we're going to get into it. But before we do real quick, y'all know my little routine, bro. Just hit that like button, you feel me? And comment tapped in if y'all tapped in down below. And also smash the notification bell. So for one, I can keep y'all updated on the situation. But also, bro, y'all could just be notified anytime I drop a video in general, bro. Now, as I said, bro, we got Baton Rouge rapper NBA YoungBoy on the roster. And he has some things to say to his mom. Now, if y'all are unaware, NBA YoungBoy just did an interview with Funny Marco. That's been going crazy. Open Thoughts, which people really were surprised that he was able to get this interview because y'all know YB don't talk to nobody. But within this interview, he was speaking on a lot of things. And one of the things he spoke on was his mom. And he spoke on how pretty much she was the reason why he was angry a lot back in the day. And then also went on to speak on to say that, you know, he probably would never talk to his mom again and say he good with it, but he want to let her know that he still got love for her and that it ain't got nothing to do with trauma or money, bro.
I think my relationship with my mama
used to be a big part of my anger.
Have you ever wanted to see your home from space?
Sorry, dude. I don't mean to laugh.
Go ahead.
It's just the way that motherfucker be talking and shit.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. When he said he had a problem with his heart, I was like, yeah, this about to be a meme, bro, because the internet and the way how he said it, it's like this nigga be like overly dramatic, bro.
No, I had to back it up because he said my heart is swollen, and I was like, what did he say? Let me back that back up. He said my heart is swollen. I was like, okay, I think he means swollen. The fuck this nigga talking about?
Hey, for real though, that's crazy.
Until I told myself, like, it's just certain shit you can't fix. Like,
What the fuck?
certain people you're not going to just
Wait,
bond
man.
with in the way that you expect or the way that you desire.
They sped him up.
Just
Oh,
long
okay.
for and just hope for. So I started loving my mom from a distance. Like, today,
He definitely sound funny now.
Again. Like, we'll never talk again. I know this for a fact. But I love her. Like, I care.
Mm-hmm.
I hope she know that too. I want her to know that. It ain't got nothing to do with no dollar. It ain't even got nothing to do with my trauma no more. Or something that I was supposedly angry about.
Me too many motherfucking times. I went down there when you did that video with that man. That man wasn't in your kitchen while I was in your kitchen. Quit playing with me, bro. I don't give a fuck. You don't never call me. Just stop lying on me, bro.
Now, as y'all see, she went on the social media and she kind of like gave him one of them "stop playing with me, son" type of moments. She went on and said, "You don't talk to me or you don't talk to the kids," and said, you know, she's sick of tired of him lying on her, saying that, you know, it's been multiple times that he done lied on her on the internet and said, "Stop lying and stop playing with my name," right? Pretty much denouncing everything that he said on the podcast. Now, we all know, I'm gonna be honest, bro, when it comes to black parents, it's sad to say, and I'm not talking about her in this situation, but just in general, I've gotten older to understand that a lot of parents raising us, they don't really believe in accountability and accepting the truth, right? A lot of things when we were here, I'm grown and I'm your mother, right? So you can do crazy things to a kid, traumatize a kid, however you want to do it, and just, I'm your mother, so you gotta love me type of situation. Now, YB ended up responding instantly, and he went on to his Instagram story and put up a post and said, "Sharona never been to Korea a day in her life. Y'all just believe anything. Dumb F's," right? And then he went on to go online with Funny Mark on the Instagram Live and completely went off, bro.
Boy, I done came across this bitch. Look, I done came across this with my Iranian dad. You supposed to come to my defense and help me out, but you won't get on that bitch out and come. Man, that retarded lady know damn well nigga ain't say nothing about her wrong. All I said is I never talk to that lady again. She go on that flash and talking about don't lie on me and this and that. Then, bro, you watch. She say she was right there while we did the interview. Man, this lady is fucking mentally ill. But just like me though, she ain't never been a fucking career day in her life. You dumb. You watching this shit. Yeah. You literally watching. What the fuck is, man? Stop playing me, man. Tell man say, man, story. Look, I ain't gonna even do it. Hey, just leave it alone. And it ain't right. It ain't right. It ain't right, son. It ain't right, bro. But everybody want to respond to me. Then, nothing. Now I can't go back to sleep fucking with you.
Thinking about it.
Nigga say, now what's wrong about this stupid ass?
I know you didn't say nothing wrong about her. You didn't say nothing?
Nah, real talk, nigga ain't say nothing wrong about this stupid ass. All I said, I never talk to this bitch again. She come on there talking about my kids. What the fuck my kids got to do with anything? You dumb ass. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Then this bitch gonna say she was right there while we did the interview. You ain't never been a career day in your life. A lot of people don't even know my relationship was. This stuff I done seen this stupid ass spit in my grandma's face. This stupid ass bitch spit in my face before. Nigga ain't got no love for that. I don't get no f. Then a lot of niggas gonna get on this and say, oh, when I see him, I'm gonna beat his ass about what he said about his mom. Boy, I will kill your stupid ass. You better ask her. Man, I'll kill your stupid ass. You better mind your motherfucking business. Then X got me so mad. He gonna post that stupid ass shit. You dumb ass. But all you had to do is call me and I could tell you, brother, lady never been a career day in her life. Can't you see she attention seeking? Man, y'all better leave me the fuck alone. What the fuck y'all better do?
Yeah.
Attention seeker.
My nigga put on a loach real quick. Hey, so seeing this, if NBA YoungBoy suddenly became completely peaceful, private, and controversy-free tomorrow, would the same blogs, platforms, and industry ecosystem give him the same amount of attention? Like, you see that he's going against his mom. You see that he's going against Akademiks. It got people talking about it. It got us talking about it. So would the industry profit from a drama-free NBA YoungBoy to where he's not in the headlines causing controversy? Now that's the question that I have for you, bro.
Yeah, that part with controversy. We'll get back
Hey,
to
your mic.
Oh, my bad. Yo. Got me? Oh. Yo. Can't hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, okay. Yeah. My bad. Like I was just saying, the part with the controversy, yeah, we'll get back to that part later. The part where he came in there disrespecting his mom like that. First of all, let's just say this part right here. You honor your parents no matter what. I don't care. You know, I don't care if you have ill feelings about them. And without them, you wouldn't be here. So you have to honor them. Not only that, it's a religious thing. It's in the Bible. You honor your parents, okay? Now, if that person went in your life, I mean, I'm not even asking you about your dad, but still, I would want you to honor him too, because without him, you wouldn't be here. Now, your mom had to put up with your ass 18 years of your life before you became to go hold yourself on your own. Okay, she had to put up with that, and she was in an environment that was untamed, and you was out there with the rest. It's a jungle, okay? I'm sure she probably put you out there like that to go handle business because things is rough. You found a way and you found your path and how you want to handle it early, young, okay? But without your mom, you wouldn't be here. Very disrespectful for you to come, especially online, for everyone in the world to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I don't respect no man like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that. I don't. And like I said, even if she wasn't in your life, but you know what? It seemed like she was the only one that was there. You wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for her. Because she was the one that raised you and took care of you to get to the point to where you're at. And without that, you wouldn't have never be where you're at now. Honor that and respect it. You need to take that back, bro. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? You need to be shook up, slapped up, and let your narcissistic level come down a level. You know what I'm saying? You feeling yourself too much. Now, the controversy. Yeah. I mean, I think it's an angle. I ain't gonna say it's an angle, but probably a perfect angle for him to make noise. It's always come to the point of where if you go viral and keep your name in this shit that's going on along with your music career. While you're on the side, not making music, you have to entertain the audience with some type of controversial thing. Now, with your mom, I heard what you said. I heard what she said. She has more rights than you. She birthed your ass. When it comes to my mom, and my mom comes with a certain tone, and I'm old as hell. But when my mom comes with a certain tone, trust me, I go back to it's like I'm a little kid. And that ain't nothing but respect. I have to show that. You know what I'm saying? Even if I disagree, I'm gonna let her get her point across, and then I'm gonna nicely say what I gotta say if we have a disagreement. You know what I'm saying? But with this point right here, I mean, hopefully you are taking care of your mom, and she right. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to hear nothing about her being in the position as she is or was when you took off. And I'm pretty sure you continuing right now to this day on that part of it. You know what I'm saying? You have to take care of moms, bro. That's like when you say it like that in that type of vindictiveness and out of your speech, you make me think that you don't care for your mom like that and you ain't doing nothing for her. Not even financially. And that shit ain't cool, bro. Okay? You youngsters out there, hey man, you gotta know where you come from. Because you could fall any day and you're gonna have to go back where you came from to know where you came from so you can go where you want to go. Now, I'm gonna leave it right there. Go ahead.
Yeah, now to go back on what you first said, as far as you got to honor your mother and your father, I totally agree. And then on the flip side of that, you have two different passages. You have Ephesians 6:4. Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instructions of the Lord. And then you have Galatians 3:21. Fathers, do not provoke your children, lest they become discouraged. So I understand what you say by giving your parents the respect that they deserve, but then at the same time, that there's a line that your parents may not be doing the right thing to where you're going to have to kind of go astray from that. Now, I'm not saying disrespect the parents, but at the same time, we always hear that one-sided of the kids needing to respect their parents, but then that gives full authority to the parents to do all type of crazy shit to their children.
Right. That's not my point. I said honor them. Okay.
Yeah,
Now listen, like I said, I'm young boy's father. Where was he at?
that's yeah,
Okay. All right. All right. Now he probably saying the same thing you said. Okay. Okay. Now, but my point is, you in in your heart, you have to honor them for making you in a way. I'm not saying that you could respect them in that way if they ain't been in your life, but without them, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if it's this is the way I'm raised. This is the way I was raised. You know what I'm saying? So I feel if you do have a problem with them, you don't bring that to the internet. You don't put it out there to the world. If you have a problem with them, you don't disrespect them in front of other people. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that. If you have an issue, you take amongst them one on one with it. Say what you got to say. But you still have to have that part of respect that he or she made you. That's my point.
I hear you on that. I hear you. And to go on the whole controversy side of things, I do believe the system rewards dysfunction, especially when it comes to people coming from a particular community, black folks. But at the end of the day, they actually profit from chaos. You know what I'm saying? And we seeing that with NBA YoungBoy. Now, Jail in the comments said YB relationship was horrible. I heard when he was 12, he fought his mom boyfriend and she kicked him out, and that's why he went to his grandma. He had one of those type of moms. So basically, a mom that was picking a boyfriend over the child. Brian said, why does dude sound like Miles Davis on Helium? Brian also said, sounds like dude just has anger issues. Brian also said, engines don't run without fuel and combustion. The industry is just one massive engine that needs fuel for the fire. So I guess that's like AKA the controversy and the drama. Jail also said she didn't put up with him. She kicked him out. You heard him say she spat in his face and his grandma face. YB lived with his grandma when she kicked him out. Then when his grandma died, he was in a foster home getting bullied as a kid. Brian says sometimes you just have to let go of the anger in the past and move on. You can blame her for not teaching you right, but you can always learn something new that you didn't learn from your parents. And honestly, that's why I kind of look at NBA YoungBoy in a different light, other than just what I see on the external right now. I do see efforts of him trying to change. He's 26 years old, so a lot of the wild, crazy shit that he said at 24, 22, you got to kind of think about where were you at that age. And I think I think he's in a when you constantly get fucked up in legal shit, it definitely sits you down to where you can kind of recalibrate and rethink what you did right or wrong. And I think he's in one of those phases to where he's learning and understanding the fact, hey, I got like 13 kids. I need to perform. And that's another thing. He was saying the doctor was saying something was wrong with his heart because this dude is overworking himself. Now, it don't help if he's addicted to certain type of substances that could exasperate your heart and everything. But at the same time, this dude, he's constantly making music. He's constantly touring and stuff like that. So it's not like he's been on probation or house arrest at the crib. You know what I'm saying? He been working with the time that he got. Brian also said you can't walk forward if you always looking in the rearview mirror. Yeah, you can, but you just constantly going to be running into things. So I get what you're saying though. Like you can't constantly look at the past. Honestly, at the end of the day, I think his problem is that he want to have that closure of the things that happened in the past, but his parent isn't allowing him to have that his moment. Like at the end of the day, sometimes we have to learn as adults that yes, our parents might have done things wrong, and sometimes they won't even acknowledge it. So what are you going to do for the rest of your life? Seek that validation or find a way to close that door and start anew and move forward. And for him to be
feel they don't need to.
Yeah. And that's pretty toxic, especially if you're coming from that older generation of the do as I say so and not as I do. You know, the crackhead parent that's smoking crack telling you, hey, you don't smoke crack, but I can smoke it all day long. You know, just the parents that tell you to do certain things that don't lead by that example to where you can't see that growing up in your household. And that's what I'm saying. Like these record labels, I think they know what they're doing with signing these certain artists. Like, unless you one of these relatives that's the nephew of an executive, and they probably get messed over also. But if you don't have representation, they're gonna definitely run over you, railroad you, and you're just gonna be another statistic that's making them hella money. Brian said, biggest question: how are his kids going to turn out? Systemic child rearing is a thing. Systemic child rearing. That's a
child what?
He said systemic child rearing. And that kind of sound like just like, you know, just it sounds like a generational curse. You know what I'm saying? You doing the same shit that your parents did, and nobody's growing from it. Because like 13 kids by multiple different baby mamas and shit like that, he probably got at least like 7 baby mamas to be real. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of his trauma. And I'm pretty sure by the time NBA YoungBoy, God bless him if he make it to that age and everything, by the time he turned 30, 35, he's definitely going to be looking at a lot of this shit retrospectively, especially like people like Blueface and all this dumb shit that we seeing in the internet. They're going to eventually grow up and man up.
And they'll be like, then it's going to be too late because you were supposed to do that early when that part of growing up. When it comes to kids, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I got 4, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, and my cousins look at me like, damn, nigga, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, 13, 10 is different. You know what I'm saying? So, especially when you got different baby mamas, you know what I'm saying? Dude ain't even thinking about that right now because at the time, the intelligence don't play like that during that time. It's just money and bitches. Okay, let's go like that. That's what happened. I'm sure he done slowed down now, and he's surpassed Nick Cannon now, right? So
that nigga need a vasectomy.
That's what I'm saying. He surpassed Nick Cannon, so you definitely need either that or nigga. Watch yourself, bro. You out there. It sounds like you out there playing a dangerous game of no rubbers, and bro, you don't want to catch that HIV, that big germ. You know what I'm saying? Watch yourself. So yeah, man. With the kids, bro. Yeah, 26. He's still 26. He probably ain't gonna learn until he about 30. So he probably got 4 more to go. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, when you get to the point to where, let's just say, his career all of a sudden just dies. He has nothing. The reason why he has nothing is because he's paying all the child support. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's too smart on that part.
Financially, I think he's kind of straight, honestly.
Okay, financially, I'm just saying if he make a fail, and then it's a downfall now. No more NBA YoungBoy or no, because this last little tour he had was like the biggest he ever had because he was released. He never did anything like that. If he continue on anything like that, it didn't. If those die off, then you have nothing. Then what you got of royalties that you got tricked out the bag through your own goddamn record label. So it wouldn't be much to look forward to because you ain't gonna have nothing because everything, trust me, the government is getting theirs first. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting nothing. The government getting that first. Let me get this. Yeah, we gonna give you this. And you're like, what is this? Yeah. You got 13 kids. Slow down, Johnson.
NBA YoungBoy is definitely top 3, top 5 as far as popularity wise.
Oh, the youngsters love him, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, in a way, I kind of see him very popular, you know, to the youngsters. You know what I'm saying? So it sounds like a long career. You understand what I'm saying? There's no competition out here now. When it comes to new relevancy or upcoming artists or an artist that's been in the same genre as him in the same year of coming up.
I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to certain artists like NBA YoungBoy, the Kendricks, the Drakes, they're kind of up on a tier of here. And then you got the tier of the everyday artists that come and go that don't really last that long. NBA YoungBoy, he's been up there. I wouldn't say as long as a Drake, because Drake came out down there 2005, 2007 type shit. But the last 10 years with NBA YoungBoy, he's been very relevant for a long time.
Hey, you know what's so funny about that right there is that you don't hear his songs on the radio.
That's another thing. That's another
thing. You know what I mean? He's definitely... And the popularity without the radio makes a difference. And I gotta say it because you know, because he was one of the first ones when it becomes to like, you know, the internet popularity. He was one of the first ones that did it without the radio play. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why I don't recognize most of his songs because they ain't on the radio.
Yeah.
And I know he got some popular songs out there, and like I said, man, I'm not a fan. I don't think I listened to one yet. Not once. I might have heard, like I said, I might have heard, but I probably didn't know it was him. But the thing about it with that, his energy can stay alive that way. You know what I'm saying? These youngsters is so faithful to him, dude. You know what I'm saying? They are straight faithful as fans.
He got a cult following for sure.
Yeah, for real. So, I mean, I can't just sit there and just knock him off the game like that just because I don't pay attention to him. But I know how big he is because I see him everywhere all through the algorithm. You know what I mean? So I definitely know who he is. You know what I mean? It's just that it's not my cup of tea. That's not my genre. That's for Gen Z. You know?
Hey,
and
wait, keep going.
No, it's like, you know, dummy music. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Gen Z like dummy music. So if y'all like dummy music, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to listen to something that's gonna make me less smart.
Man, swiping cards and stacking chips. Singing chips.
Oh my God. You understand what I'm saying?
My pocket's getting bigger. Hey,
man.
Jail said YB has made over 100 million from music streams alone, and that was years ago. Akademiks confirmed it in August 2024. He also said YB not on radio because he's been blackballed because of his beef with Lil Durk when Von died and Lil Durk was at his peak. They blackballed YB because he was beefing with Durk. Brian says, do you think any of these young kids will learn anything about worshiping celebs? What happened to the kids worshiping David? Now go ahead, bro.
Oh yeah, that part with the radio play and all that. You know, no, there was no radio playing out here in LA with YoungBoy. Where were you at? Where you from? And you heard it on the radio. Salute to you on that one. But yo, when he was real popular, and before the third thing that happened with King Von, Lil Tim, and Quando Rondo, you know, before that happened, I don't remember no YoungBoy song being on the radio in Los Angeles. That's just me. Okay, have you?
No. Honestly, that's what I'm saying. Like, if anything, well, first of all, I really don't listen to the radio like that, and I haven't really caught a glimpse of his music whenever I actually came across it. And 9 times out of 10, I do believe there's been like some type of blackball because he's more. You will see him more in the YouTube feeds. Like that's where he lives off of. Like that's where he make a lot of his shit from, the social media type shit.
It's like a popular underground artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And
Brian,
he's underground. He's underground, and no one knows about him, but he still pops up because he hired top notch than the others. Even though he don't get radio play, he's underground and he's more popular than the pop. That's crazy.
Hey, Brian said Gen Z sound too close to Jism. Wait, getting everywhere without care. That's crazy. Hey, let's finish. Let's finish up this video. We got a couple minutes left, man. So let's go.
All right.
My whole crew knew my wife was cheating for 2 years.
Now, as y'all see, he went on to that live and went up on her, right? Called her out of names, and you know, it's definitely some deep angry there, like something that needs to be healed, because you know you would think he was talking to somebody off the street, but he went on to say some things about her and also said something about Akademiks for posting it. Now he went on to say that, you know, that woman to spit on him, also said that, you know, this woman didn't spit on his grandma and said that she's mentally ill, but also said that's why he the way he is, right? As I said before, just some trauma that's been unhealed and it's just exploding in real life. Now, I do feel as though, you know, this is my little opinion. I'm gonna get back to it. I think, you know, him talking to her like that is bad, only due to the fact of he got kids, right? He got multiple kids that look up to him, and you got to also remember, kids, especially when it comes to their dad, they look up to their dad. So him talking to her like that, they may think that that's okay for them to talk to their mom like that, and it's not. You feel me? Regardless, you got to respect your family, whatever. But obviously, this is a situation where he got something to get off his chest, right? And either she's just being ignorant to it, or he could just be like a narcissist. Who knows, right? Now, it's crazy because in his past videos or past songs or whatever, he been speaking on how like his relationship with his mom wasn't right. Y'all remember that song, Lonely Child? He said, I call Monique my mama, but Lord knows I need Sharonda. And we know Monique is OG33 mom. You feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird, bro. And it's sad because, like I said, people go through this all the time, right? All the time. But it's the fact that he's NBA YoungBoy and she's NBA YoungBoy mom, it's like all cameras on him, right? So it's like it's going to explode and make it way deeper than what it is. Now, I understand, you know, a lot of kids, a lot of black parents, bro, a lot of black kids push a lot of stuff on the rug when it comes to their parents. You know, the older you get, you start seeing that certain things that your parents were telling each other weren't true, and then some things were. Like, you know, me, myself, I remember things my mom was saying about my dad, and I'd be like, nah, she's just a woman. But then you get around and you see, oh, he is a type of nigga. Vice versa. Some things that my dad said about my mom, I didn't want to believe when I was young, because I'm like, bro, that's my mom. You're going to respect my mom because she's a woman. You got to respect women. But then you start getting older, you start seeing like what he's saying was not necessarily wrong, you know. But regardless of the situation, that's your parents, right? And I know he feel the way he feel about her, talking about the way he talking about her. But I know one thing for sure. If his mom, God forbid, were to check out, he going to wish he had a conversation and they got over that. No matter how tough he played. That's why it's good for a situation like this to be dealt with, and y'all try to talk about it. Because, bro, you don't want to be that person to be like, man, I wish I just had one more time. I just need one more. No, like, whatever you got going on with your family or your people or whoever you're not seeing eye to eye with, fix it while you're here. Because, bro, life is short. You could be here 1 minute and go on the next, bro. So it's effed up, but going to social media just ain't the way to do it. You feel me? As a parent, you should have called them, and I don't care what it takes, man. Get to your family. Said that. Do whatever you got to do to keep your family alive, because that's your family. And at the end of the day, y'all all y'all got. Now, I'm gonna be honest. The whole NBA YoungBoy interview was actually a dope interview. Like, when you watch it, he was joking around a little bit, but it was like he was being honest. Like, a lot of times he'd be high. A lot of times he don't be want to talk. He don't want to be too cool. But I feel like Funny Marco kind of gave him like a safe space and got him comfortable where he can speak for real. And it was dope. Now, he went on to his interview to speak on how he got like 2 more albums in him, and also said he gonna go on tour one more time. And he done. And even went on to say that, you know, music is not where his heart at, but said that he don't even stay in the US, bro.
Got some shit. But no.
How many more albums you got in?
1 or 2.
And then you'll be done? How about tours?
1 for sure. I'll go on tour one more time throughout my whole life, and that's it.
Do you ever see yourself going back to the States, like moving?
Going like to the United States?
You gonna move?
Never in life. Never.
Nobody knew that YB did not stay in the US. At least I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I don't be overly following, bro. But it's crazy. Like, it seems like bro finally getting the piece that he wants to a certain extent. And you know, he said he didn't want to come back to the US, and I don't blame him, bro. America's a scam. However y'all want to put it, from the IRS to like, America's a scam in general. So to be able to have that financial freedom to just get up and go wherever you want, it's a blessing. But with the midst of that, you got kids, you got family, bro. Work that out with your family, bro. Because at the end of the day, if nobody got you, 9 times out of 10, your family do. Not just the God and it's truth. But give me y'all thoughts and opinions down below. And let me know what y'all think about this. Do y'all feel like bro went too far? Do y'all feel like his mom done did something? Do y'all feel like he need to respect his mom because she's an adult? Just let me know what y'all think down below and give me y'all thoughts and opinions. Y'all already know who it is. It's Lucas J. Thank God for another day. May y'all be safe. I love y'all. Christ is y'all.
Yeah, salute to Lucas J, man. That was a very dope video, a dope breakdown of everything. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, like, we looking at the problems that he got going on, but I'm still looking at this as a whole as far as how the industry get down And my thing is, it's like, imagine an artist coming from extreme circumstances to where they're suddenly negotiating with lawyers, accountants, managers, labels, executives. Meanwhile, the artist might be 18, 19 years old and almost have no business experience. You feel me? Like, who's actually in the stronger negotiation position? Like, that's where your producer experience become valuable, and you have to know exactly how to deal with different situations like that. Like, talent doesn't automatically mean business knowledge. And they got NBA YoungBoy while he was pretty young. Like, imagine throwing a 70-page contract at him and having this dude signed it and shit like that. So it's crazy that he's in this situation, dealing with his mom and everything. And at the end of the day, it's like, who is protecting NBA YoungBoy? Because if you look at all this stuff, I'm pretty sure from an artist point of view, you might be thinking like a lot of this shit is ass backwards when these companies got these contracts with people and shit like that. So at the end of the day, you got 13 kids and dealing with all this legal shit, and then people ask you for money. I know it can be very difficult for a young man to try to navigate something to where you're the first of a generation that's breaking basically a generational curse. So like basically that's my whole thoughts about everything. And Brian said you only get one of each parent, but many chances to make things right. Don't waste it. At the very least, make the effort. Hey, and I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? We had a very dope show tonight. And before we get out of here, like Corny, like what's your whole thoughts about the industry, the drama with NBA YoungBoy and all this shit that you see going on, bro?
Man, the industry, let's say this. It sounds very evil. The people that's in the back scenes running everything are running the devilish game and the devilish play that they've been running for years. A lot of this stuff is being exposed now, which should make artists a lot more smarter about things. You know what I mean? With him disrespecting his mom, I don't feel that he should bring this to the internet. When it comes to family, you talk that out amongst each other with no recording. You know what I'm saying? That's how you talk amongst that. And the fact that I said you should honor your parents, and if you dishonor your parents like that, that's going to show what type of person you are, and your followers probably won't. Some of them probably won't agree with that. With the industry that's out here running these games on these youngsters as if they are bait, not even bait. Hell, they basically the kill. They looking for it. You mentioned that they put these crazy ass insurance policies on these type of artists because maybe in 6 months from now they could get paid more than probably what he was worth of the 6 months that he was doing. You know what I'm saying? A gambling game with death. That's insurance. Yo, I think that the man need to really smarten up. If you have enough intelligence to write out a song, storytelling, or deal your emotions out in that format and rhythm, I give you that. I salute to you for that. And I expect you to have more intelligence in your own personality in life. Because every time you see this guy on any platform on an interview, his personality is dead. There's nothing there. This man talks like even if he wasn't loaded on pills, he sound like he on pills. You know what I'm saying? So I I don't expect too much from him as a person from looking at his personality. Music is different. You know what I'm saying? Music is different. I think that, bruh, smarten up, and what you should always do, and what all artists should do, is always have somebody in your entourage that's gonna be the one that has common sense. The ones like, hey, this ain't a good idea. Hey, don't do this. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, get over here. Cut the camera off. That guy. You need that guy all the time. You know what I'm saying? Even if you sitting at home going live streaming, you need that guy there. Because it seems like you ain't got enough intelligence to hold yourself back. You know, just trying to be controversial on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Doing it purposely is going to get you in trouble to where you'll never be able to go live or have any content on any other platforms. If you keep up with this type of, I mean, what's next? You got to go bigger, right? He gonna go bigger. What he gonna do next? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. It's not that serious. Don't let the industry trick you out your bag. Because they probably in your ear right now telling you, yo, we got this going, it's popping. You know what I'm saying? The algorithm is going everywhere right now. That's for 1 week. What about next week? What you gonna do then? Or next month? What you gonna do then? You gotta keep up this. Yo, don't, hey man. These attention seekers, we began with that, the attention seekers. They love the attention. And it seems like in a way that he's an attention whore. You know what I'm saying? So hey man, don't trick yourself out the bag. Don't let people that smarter than you trick you out of your own bag. You're the money bag. You know what I'm saying? How much insurance does a record company have on NBA YoungBoy? I'm sure that policy is like overwhelmingly big because the claim of they would be like, oh, the insurance companies, I don't know if we could pay this. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that shit is super big. Yeah. But watch yourself, youngster. You know what I'm saying? And any other youngsters that's out there, make sure you got one in your entourage that has enough common sense. And if that guy ain't around, go get another one that has that common sense in the entourage. So you don't get tricked out your bag. There it is.
And that's well said. And honestly, Brian said, I wouldn't put it past the industry recruiting your best friend as a handler worker for the benefit of the industry and not the artist. And yeah, like I'm not even going to elaborate more on what was said because I think you said had a good point to that. Also, man, I want to give a shout out and a congratulations. On this day is the 53rd anniversary and the birthday of hip hop of its inception. You feel me? So
let's go.
53 years and going for the genre of hip hop and rap. You know what I'm saying? That people thought it wouldn't even make it out of the 80s or the late 70s. You feel me? So definitely got to keep it pushing. Had a dope discussion on this NBA YoungBoy stuff and then the industry and how they work on different artists and the taking advantage of them being vulnerable. Hey, we go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure that y'all check us out. If y'all haven't done so, make sure y'all hit that like, retweet, heart, follow, whatever it is, subscribe, do whatever you got to do to make sure that we have the most the most interaction and get us in the algorithm, because we pushing.
That's right.
We giving y'all some good conversation. We not giving you a perspective of what other people going to tell you in the same videos and shit. We got some new and improved ideas that everybody isn't on. So y'all need to spread the word so more people can come along and join the family. You feel me? So
right.
I appreciate everybody that pulled up. Brian, the homie Jail, and there's a lot of people kind of monkey
Jail.
Yeah, Jale.
Okay.
Peace, love, and chicken grease all day long. Hey, that nigga Splashy, he pulled up. He said, I hope you had a wonderful day, corn dog. See, I guess you done beat some sense into his ass.
All right, there we go, Splashy. All right. Yeah, I can say your name again, huh?
not douchey. Man, but yeah, hey, it's dope having these conversations to where we're building. And honestly, on some real shit, I appreciate everybody that's been sticking around and supporting. Basically, to the y'all that's been here have been the day ones. And when things gonna start picking up and getting crazy and shit like that, we're definitely not gonna forget y'all for supporting us when we was in the trenches with everything. Because honestly, the sky's the limit. And there's a lot of things that's going to be unfolding on this channel and on my homie OG Corn Dog channel. We both get our subscribers up and we get into that bag, you feel me? And we're going to start getting more people around the team to where we're going to have more strength in numbers and stuff. So I appreciate everybody that pulled up, show their support and shit like that. Those that's not even typing or whatever, hey, make sure y'all hit that follow on the way out. And enjoy the conversation tonight. And on that note, we're going to be out, man. Peace.
Yo, you now rocking with classic music. Now, what I want you to do is hit that like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Yeah, let's get it.